because I loved women so much. My wife divorced me, and now I'm feeling remorse. My name is Mwangi, and I come from Mwangi, a place called Rathia, Kenyanjero. And I was born in 1948. On December of that year, 1968, I was introduced to Mzee Jomo Kenyatta by a friend. And Mzee Jomo Kenyatta is the one who wrote a letter for me to go and take it to Barclays Bank in Moi Avenue. I went there on Monday, and I was enrolled as a bank manager. I worked there for about 8 years, and in 1976, things went wayward. Things get corrupted. I was sacked by the bank because I was a thief. From there, now I thought, where am I going to do now? Okay, Mr. Kenneth Matiba is from my Muranga area, Keharu, and I went to his office in Bruna's Hotel. He had five hotels, group of hotels, and I told him, now, Kenneth, as I come here, I've got no job, and I'm a learned person. He asked me now, what can I do for you? It was on Friday, and I told him that because I don't have any job, now I'll be just reckless like a chokra. He told me, okay, as today it is on Friday, you come on Monday, I'll get you a job. So the next Monday I went to Matiba's place, and I was enrolled by him as a chief accountant. Still with him, youngness is youngness, because although you have been born a thief, even if you try to do what, you still steal. So even Matiba, I saw him. Wow. That was the year 1978 now. What I did, before he knew that I had stolen from him, he gave me a 1-week leave, compulsory leave. And when I returned, I returned there on Monday, and he was having, in his office, he was having 2 Europeans. One was John Craig and the other one was Smith, those Europeans. And Kenneth Matiba asked me, why did you steal me? And you know I'm from home. I told him, no, I didn't see. He showed me the vouchers, and he slapped me. When he slapped me, I kicked him on the stomach, and he fell in the office. Those 2 Europeans, Craig and Smith, they were the one who separated us. So Matiba told me that your job is finished, off you go. So when I went outside, Now I thought, now, what am I going to do now? 2 consecutive jobs I've lost because of stealing. Now what am I going to do? Another friend of mine called Maina Kamenjo showed me how I was so angry, and he told me that you have been working at a bank. Can't you become a bank defrauder? Oh, I saw that was an idea. But I asked him, how are we going to do the job? He told me that I should be getting the checks from industrial area, and he will be signing them, and the man who will be collecting that money will be John Afro. He was a young Kikuyu from Gathaga here in Kiambu, and three of us, we joined one another. We joined, and we became bank defrauder. So we didn't defraud for a long time, and within 5 years' time, we were caught. We were jailed, and since I came out from the prison, 3 years each. From that, when I came out of the jail, I found that there is no need of me stealing. And now, when I left the jail term, I started becoming a man of manure work. If I try to get this job, I could do to earn a living. But due to my Casanovanness, because I loved women so much, my wife divorced me, and now I'm feeling remorse. I do feel remorse how we can reconcile with her, and our children are big. They are now approaching 50, and with me I'm going to at the age of 80. So, feeling I wish I knew.
How did you end up on
Now, just like me now, I don't feel remorse, but even if I feel remorse, it is all in vain. Yeah, it is too late now. At the age of 73, I can't do any sort of hard work, only manure work. Yeah. Like feeding chickens, feeding cows. I will take a cow to feed my family. I would like to go to touch my wife, and not mostly children, because now children, they have got their own homes. And she can foresee it was not my wish, because I married her when I was 23 years, and by then I was very young. And everyone makes mistakes. But to make a mistake and to repeat it is the worst. Yeah. Now I do feel remorse, and I'm trying to. I've talked with my administrators and CEO to see, and we are talking with my wife and children to see how if at all they get mood, we can sit down and have it. I can surrender to them, honestly. Now I have agreed. No, they were saying that leave alone that rogue. Let him go and perish wherever he go. Because I had money when I was a bank manager, and I also at Matiba's place it was good. But right now it is me who spoiled them. So because of alcohol and women. So they were saying that we just leave him alone. His life is his life. But nowadays, If at all I leave my sister or my brother, they correspond well, because now they know that I'm a born again, I'm a rehabilitatee. Yeah.
What of your family, your kids and your wife?
Okay.
Have they tried to locate him?
Yeah, but I don't want, because, you know, women and children, but all they are living together, women are the other way around. And, okay, that's why right now I've got a very great problem, because my father died in 1999 at the age of 76, and my mother died at the year 2018 at the age of 107. Now, when I tried to reconcile with my brothers, they couldn't hear me, because they knew that the way I was talking to them, it was just a mere lie. But right now, they're starting to believe me. Because now I've stayed in this ministry for 5 years, and I've never drunk alcohol. Yeah. But by then I was a totally alcoholic. Yeah. Now they can respond well. Yeah. What I can tell these youngsters is that make hay, make H-A-Y, hay, when the sun shines. Because later on, if I don't make the hay when the sun shines, when you get old, you start feeling remorse. And those remorselessness won't take you anywhere, because what is gone is gone.
Now, it's very easy for a woman chokora to get helped. It is very easy for a child living in the street to get helped. But when you see an adult's treatment, the reaction of society, number one, is to run away. Nobody wants to help. The adult man who lives in the street is a reviled creature. And so Bishop used to see venye anahangaika. And though he had churches, even his churches were not helping, wanting to help in that kind of area. And so he decided he would do something about it. One day in 1996, he just stopped one of these treatment, and instead of giving him the usual handout, 5 shillings, 10 shillings to go and buy food, he asked him, would you like God to change your life? I said yes. And the bishop took him home, gave him water to bathe, gave him a change of clothes, gave him food to eat, but most of all gave him the word of God. And that word of God so transformed this chokora's life that in a matter of 3 months you could not know that this had been a guy on the streets. So that was the first guy. Fast forward, that was how GLC started, and others came in. He got others from the street, and they continued coming in.
So you see, human beings are social beings. And every other person, they are looking for friendship. They are looking for people they can socialize with. They are looking for acceptability, you know? And you see, what happens is that when somebody starts that kind of life, whether early or even a bit late in life, because you see there are some people who neglect their family and they go into drinking, you see, they just want to be happy every other time. And you see some of the life people start on, it's not sustainable. For example, you cannot be going out there every other weekend, drinking. So such kind of people, even if they were married, like the old museum we have here, he had a family, rather he has a family. But you see, you realize that somebody just becomes selfish and they're just thinking of themselves, whereby you have a good job, like him. He'll tell the people here, because me being one of their teachers here, I always ask him, what can you tell this young man? You know, because they're going to come out and some of them may not necessarily relapse. And so I asked them, what can you tell them? And you know, he says that when he was young and strong, And when he had a family, he had money. He had a lot of money. Because actually he says he used to go to the sauna at Intercon. And you see, if somebody is regularly going for saunas at Intercon, that's not somebody who had a little money. And so he actually messed up his life by just being out there. So in the process, the wife took off. The children realized the kind of a father they had. And so they deserted him. So when he needed them, they were never there for him. Because you see, it is good for us to realize it's not everybody who will take it easy. You know, we have some women who are very patient with their husbands, that they'll just go do whatever they do, and they come home and they find open arms. And they're actually received back. Their sons and daughters, they receive them back. So not every home it happens like that.